My father helped to build the stadium as masonry apprentice. So in 1950, every time we drove by Center Avenue, he would point to the bricks and said, I put those in. So I've been coming ever since I can remember. I remember sitting in left field when they were wooden bleachers on the first row as an early elementary school child. Every time there's been a major renovation, like when the plaza was being built, I'm like, oh, please don't knock down the brick wall on Center Avenue, behind the pool. And I remember coming up, and when the bricks were for sale, I bought a brick for each of my family members, to have it, because I didn't know if that was one that Grandpa built that they were knocking down or not. My favorite memories evolve around seeing the players come through here, the young players that are hopeful major leaguers. And one in particular was in June of 1971. I had just finished my first year of college. My grandparents had season box seats to the home plate side of third base, that first one that was full screen, that didn't be blocked by the dugout. And my grandfather called me up and he said, what are you doing tonight? And I remember his exact quote was, you should come to the game because there's this kid going to be here they think is going to be really good. So I said, I didn't need much persuasion to come to a baseball game ever, especially here. So I was there. We were standing at our box seats in the first row, and there was a buzz in the stadium that usually wasn't there back in the 1971. And there's a lot of press, and there was a lot of people there. And all of a sudden, everybody's eyes went to left field, and walking slowly down the line with that baseball gait, with his head down, was this player coming. And so I followed him all the way across, staring, intently, getting a good look at this guy, because we all wanted some hope back in 1971. And looking at him, thinking my grandfather's words, please be everything that we hope you're going to be. And that was my introduction to Mike Schmidt. I remember seeing with my daughter back in 1999, and seeing Jimmy for the first time, and that's a major league player. Look at how he's, how he's running the bases. Look at his stance, and so Jimmy Rollins has been my favorite. I saw him play every year as a Philly. I refused to go the year he wore the Dodgers uniform. I couldn't do it. I could not bring myself to see him play in person in a Dodgers uniform. But when he came in the Hall of Fame here, I was here. When he got in the Hall of Fame down at Citizens Bank Park, I went there. My other daughter was in Maryland, and we took my grandsons out to Pittsburgh to see the Phillies play the Pirates that weekend. And we had connections to get on the field passes for batting practice. And when they were done, the players were coming over, and they were all gracious. We met a lot of the players, but one of them was Orion Kirkring. And he came up, he signed all the balls for my players, but this is the one person I wanted a picture with. So my daughter took the picture, and I looked him in the eye and I said, I'm a Reading Phillies season ticket holder, and I watched you play at Reading, and I was so excited when you went to the major leagues. He looked at me and his eyes got really big. You saw me play at Reading? I said, oh, I saw you play at Reading. And I said, I was looking forward to seeing you, play in the majors. My daughter interjected. She saw Mike Schmidt play his first game here. His eyes got so big, and he looked at me, you saw Mike Schmidt? I said, yes, and a lot of other players. And I said, since you played at Reading, I'll follow you. Hopefully you stay a Philly forever, but we'll follow your career wherever you go. My brother and my sister, their families have come. We've rented out the pool for the kids, and they ask, when are we going to do that again? And it's so hard to get them all together because they're scattered in 4 states now. But they look forward to that if I can pull it off. It's just all, it's been so important in our lives. It's been a thread throughout all our lives. So I thought, when I told my one daughter about this possible doing an interview, she said, you have to go do this because you have so many memories from the very start of the ballpark. I guess I'd just like to say happy 75th anniversary to America's Classic Ballpark, and thank you for the memories, and I hope to make many more.